Well, hey there everybody. Welcome back to the playthrough. So, in today's episode, we are going to start smelting some of the ores we brought back in our previous episode. Mostly the iron is the main focus. We also need to go and gather some wood and stuff like that because we don't have a lot of it left. Because we're going to need a bunch of coal. We're going to need a heck of a lot of coal, I'm going to be honest. Because we do need a heck of a lot of iron. But yeah, we are wanting to focus on making the next boat as soon as possible. I know I've mentioned this about 100 times in previous episodes. I do apologise, but it's very important as an upgrade. It's going to make life a heck of a lot easier for ore farming and transporting things from different islands that we can't take back through a portal. So it is a quite big step forward in terms of upgrades. But yeah, that is the main focus for today. I'll probably even go up to the boss stones and swap out our boss buff. So we've currently got the Actia buff, which is obviously our stamina and... our sprint and our jumping stamina reduction. We'll probably swap it out for the Elder's buff, which is to do with wood cutting. So I did say I wanted to showcase that at some point, and yeah, we might as well try and get that in today if we can. But yeah. We're going to start off just quickly exploring the meadows. We're grabbing a few more bits and pieces, just grabbing a few more raspberries as we're running past. But yeah, I think we're making our way up towards the boss stones. At the very least, I want to make sure that we've smelted 10 iron bars, because we're going to turn those into iron nails on our forge. Oh, here we are. Oh, there's some raspberries here. I believe I mentioned this in the first couple of episodes. When you first spawn in on a brand new world, you should always give it about 30 seconds to a minute, explore the local area, but then come back to the boss stones. There we go, we've swapped out for the Elder. Yeah, sorry, come back to the boss stones, because the main reason why you want to do this is so that all the bushes and food and items that would be on the ground will have spawned in. You'll probably find things like raspberries, mushrooms, obviously stones and wood, stuff like that, so it's always a good idea to thoroughly explore them when you first spawn in. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to use the Elder buff straight away, as we still have about 11 minutes worth of time left on it, on the cooldown, so we'll probably head back home to base and start off with the smelting of what we can do. We don't have too much to smelt. There's probably about, just over 100 ores. There's 19 iron that, I want to focus doing that first. But as we're on our way back, we might as well grab a bit of fine wood, because we are going to need plenty of that too. And seeing as there's a few trees right here, it just makes sense to crack on with that now. I think I'll probably get a couple more of these trees before we head back. I've just realised we don't have our rested buff, so stamina regen is a bit slower than usual. Oh, there's a grayling. Yeah, I can catch him by accident. Try again. How are you still alive? I'm impressed by that. And now he's going to run away. Give him about 5 minutes, he'll come back. Okay, just grab this one. There we go. Might as well grab this one while we're here, since it's right next to us. Oh, there he is. Bang. There you go. Down you go, sunshine. Wasn't expecting the instant turnaround, were you? Where's that stump? Right in front of me. There we go. Very unlikely that I'll ever very unlikely I'll ever run through this part of the forest again and actually notice that stump there, but still, I just prefer taking him out. Of course, there's another grayling. There we go. That's one thing I do love about the higher level axes, is that when you're chopping trees down, if you get pestered by graylings or anything, pretty much just one swing takes them out. It's time saving. It's better than our first few episodes where I had to stop and actually take them on in a proper fight. Like take a few swings to take them down. Okay. I do like this little field bit that we've got right before our base. It's quite nice. Oh, also looks like our storm might be clearing up. Yep, sun's coming out. Looks a bit like the UK weather right now. It's supposed to be summer for us, and we've probably had about 1 week of actual sunshine. It's been terrible this year. Anyway, enough about the weather. Doing the typical British thing. Grab these raspberries. Now I'm probably going to turn 2 of the current charcoal kilns we've got into smelters, and then we'll have 1 charcoal kiln left over to make more charcoal, whilst we're smelting down the ores we brought back. It's not massively important that we have a full system going. I just kind of want to get this iron done, mostly. I have also noticed, I'll just give the raspberries to those boar. We need to actually let the boar reproduce a bit more, just because a whole bunch of them were killed by that Grey Dwarf shaman. So yeah, we'll give them the raspberries for now and let them reproduce. I'm also going to repair these fences because they have taken a bit of a pounding recently, and some of them look a bit worse for wear. A couple of them are on about half health or half durability, so we'll just repair these up just to be sure. Yep, they're all good. Perfect. Right, take this bench back down. Okay, so grab all the coal and crack on with putting up these smelters. Just going to dump the coal in here. How much do we have currently? Just under 100. That's not too bad. We can get a fair bit done with that. Okay, smelter number 1. Going to put it a bit further back here. Yep, there we go, so we don't have to keep jumping over the chest every time we want to use them. And then smelter number 2, leave a little gap between them so we can get access to both sides. Yep, perfect, and grab the iron. There's 19 iron in total, which means we need 38 coal to smelt the full amount. 10 in one smelter, 9 in the other. Just grab this stack of 40. Fill this one up completely full. And then 18 in this one here. Okay, there we go. Fill this up with wood, and then we'll have to put the fine wood in its chest as well. We are keeping the 2 chests that are right by the entrance. We are keeping those for the different types of wood. And just in case I haven't mentioned it, if you're wondering why I've got core wood and ancient wood in one chest and then fine wood in another, over the amount of playthroughs I've done, I've worked out that you'll need a lot more fine wood than you will of the from the other 2, so core wood and ancient wood. So I always have one chest dedicated to fine wood because you usually need quite a bit of it. I'm just going to dump all of the birch seeds in this chest. Oh yeah, there we go. Goat started producing some iron bars, the first ones. Oh god, these stairs, I swear. Right, I'm going to take these stairs down and we're going to have to replace them. We need, where's it, wooden stairs, there we are. Problem with the stairs is that there's going to be a bit of a lip climbing up, whether on the floor or whether that lip be on the floor or if it's at the top. Oh, I don't have the wood to put one next to it. It's not too bad. I mean, we can just about walk up them. It's just a pain because if you're trying to walk up those stairs, you have to sprint near the top and to get over that lip, and it was just annoying. We're probably gonna have to use the pickaxe or the hoe to kind of to reduce those somewhat. Okay, medium healing. We're going to make some more of these, just because medium healing... Well, I don't think we're going to get the large healing potions for a while yet, so we'll make a bunch more of the medium ones, just so while we've got the materials and we've got the time. Honey, raspberries, dandelion, and coal. No, blood bags, sorry. There we go, medium healing. We've also got the minor stamina available, but you could use stamina potions if you felt like you needed to. I've never really felt like I needed to use them. It's the same with the kind of like the tasty mead. Like, you are getting a higher stamina regeneration, but you are sacrificing health regeneration for it. It would be useful if I was going to go out and spend, a couple of hours chopping down trees or digging up stone or mining and stuff like that, but I don't know, I just haven't really seen a use for it. Like, I don't spend that long doing certain jobs that I'd need that much. Like, I'm not going to go out and cut down 1,000 bits of wood. I'm just not that. I don't think my brain would let me do that much for an extended period of time. Okay, here's our iron bars. So you can see the iron armor sets, some of the tools and weapons. We've got a new bow called the Huntsman bow. There is a battle axe as well. We've got mace, there's the nails, there's the iron pickaxe, our next pickaxe upgrade, and there's an axe, and then there's three different types of shield. There's a banded shield, the buckler, and the tower. There's our new table called the stone cutter. Obviously I'll go over a lot of these in more detail when we actually build them. And lots of building and crafting pieces. We've got cage walls, we've got wooden poles with the iron bands around them, so that again increases your building height and the distance from which you can build away from the ground. So there's just another one of those. And we will get our next level of chest as well. There's two different types of chest, but one of them I never use. The standard iron chest is just a bigger version, which we will be using a lot of, and then there's a personal chest, which it's basically a small chest that you can put like a password on. So if you're ever playing on a multiplayer server with randoms, I would definitely recommend building one of those if there's stuff that you want to keep from being stolen. There's our iron scale mail, and all our iron weapons and tools, our iron axe, huntsman bow, iron helmet, a mace, iron pickaxe, pretty much just iron upgrades for the majority of things we've already seen. And then we've got our three different types of shield. Now we're probably going to stick with the banded shield for this one, which is the standard one. We've actually got enough iron to make that now, although I need this iron for the nails. But if you can see the difference between the block force and the parry force, or parry bonus that we're getting between those two shields. There's obviously the bronze buckler, which we're currently using. But first things first, iron nails. That's the one we need the most of. There we go. We can make a dragon bed, a raven throne, a long ship, and an armor stand. So when I was talking about decorative pieces and increasing your rested bonus, and some pieces give you more rested bonus or more comfort level than others, your dragon bed will do that, your raven throne will do that as well. Instead of having a standard chair that just gives you one comfort, you can get, I think it's 2 from the raven throne, and the same with your bed. Your bed gives you a couple of levels, the dragon bed gives you more, but these build pieces are bigger and do require more materials to make. I think the only reason we got the dragon bed unlocked was because we've got wolf pelts, or wolf fur, or wolf leather from killing those 2 wolves before. Okay, I'm just going to grab these iron bits, the last ones that we just finished smelting. So I'm quite tempted to make that banded shield just because it's quite cheap to make and we have the materials for it. Well, we need to find wood for it, but we could make that right now. Got our 100 nails. Not sure if you just heard that, but the pigs outside just produced a baby boar. Banded shield. You might make one of those. You just need 10 fine wood for it. Now, with the banded shield, it gives you... It's the iron upgrade to the standard wooden shield that we had. But obviously, if we wanted to just go for a straight upgrade for the current shield we've got, bronze buckler, we'd make the iron buckler instead. But as I said in a previous episode when I was explaining the different types of shields, I've always preferred this banded shield type, which is, it's like a mix of the two, so you get a good block armor and block force, but you also get a parry bonus with it as well. Ah, bother. So I've just noticed that with the banded shield, right underneath the name on the right hand side, there is a style that you can pick, and you can have different styles of shield. It's basically just different colours. You can paint them red and white, blue and white, that kind of stuff. I completely forgot to do that before we made this shield, so we've just got the standard wooden one, or the wooden looking one. Yeah, that was silly. I should have remembered to do that. So yeah, you can have different colour shields. There are shields that give you different styles that you can make. It doesn't cost you anything extra to make them, doesn't take any longer. It's just that you have to pick your style before you make it. I just made the mistake of making it and then looking at the styles, so that was a bit silly of me. But we'll try and remember that in future for future shields. Doesn't change anything other than the visual side of the field. That's all it's for. Okay, good morning. Get through the night. Now we're going to look at making our boat. So, longship, 100 iron nails, we need 10 deer leather, and I think it's 40 of each for fine wood and ancient wood. Oh, it's very dark outside right now. I kind of need the sun to come up. It looks like we might need some more firewood as we've only got 24 on us. Don't have any food either because we've dumped it all in the chest. Oops. That's, there we go, yellow mushrooms and the honey. That's a decent amount of stamina. And we've got the boar jerky as well. There we go, big stamina bar. To be fair, the health amount for this as well isn't too bad, I would have thought anyway. Right, so away we go. Now, I'm taking the cart with me because I want to gather a lot of wood as well. Now that we are literally on our way to build the longship, we are going to be very, very shortly going out and doing a very big iron farm by going through a whole bunch of these swamp dungeons or crypts, if we can find enough of them. On the island that we've currently got a portal set up on, we found at least 3 of the crypts, and I would like, as I was saying in a previous episode, I would prefer to have 5 to 6 of them. And here you can see, now that we've popped the Elders buff, we've got 5 minutes of basically just doing extra damage to trees when cutting them down. There we go, we took a couple of them down in one swing there. What I'm doing the standard, the recommended style of cutting trees down as well, which is chopping a whole bunch of them down at once at the same time and then going to cut the logs and stuff up. Should save us a little bit of time. I've heard that there is like a thing you can do, or like a method of cutting trees down where it literally only takes one swing when you've got the Elders buff. But I am lazy and I'm happy with the increased damage that I'm doing to the trees. I'd rather do 40 rather than 20. That's good enough for me. I'm not really that bothered about having the optimal cutting down tree abilities. As long as we've got a boatload of wood. As you can see, all the logs that have fallen over, we've got plenty to go through. So again, this is the reason I bought the cart, so I don't have to keep running back and forth to pick up all the wood. Okay, now let's start cutting up all these trees. We are going to have to run back to repair those, so I suppose either way we're going to have to run back at some point. This grayling really wants to get to us, but he can't figure out how to walk around that stump. There you go. Come on, a little bit closer. Whack, there we go. Oh, there's another one. There we go. Alright, let's continue smacking these trees. Okay, that was a pretty decent amount of wood, especially with the 5-minute buff. Certainly made life a lot quicker and easier for us. Thank you, Mr. Boar. I'll take your meat and scraps, thank you. Grab a bit more fine wood whilst we're here, as I remembered towards the end of cutting down all these trees that we don't have enough fine wood for what we need for the boat, so we're going to have to gather some more. We do also have the fine wood orchard at the back of our house, but I don't necessarily need to cut it down just yet. But again, it'll be something that we want to make use of the Elders buff to do, so we can cut them down nice and quick. And like I keep saying, I do want to put some oak trees in there as well. We just haven't found any acorns yet. Oak trees being the very, very large trees that you'll occasionally see spotted around. Usually they'll be in like a big open area, and you'll just see this massive tree. I'd probably say they're about 5-6 times bigger than a standard tree. You'll know which ones I'm talking about. They give you a lot of fine wood and a lot of standard wood when you cut them down. They just take a bit longer to cut down. I just don't think we've found any acorns yet, which has been a bit frustrating, to say the least. Okay, just gonna wheel the cart back. Got quite a lot of wood, so I'm pretty happy with that. Well, obviously we are going to continue needing more, as always. Oh, whoops. This is why I don't drive. I can't even pull a cart without crashing into things. There we go. Grab all the wood and dump it in the cart. Might as well leave it in there, because we're pretty much just going to be transferring it straight from the cart to the charcoal kiln. Put the fine wood in there. Might as well dump all the rest of the stuff in our inventory that we've gathered. Keep throwing those yellow mushrooms in there. We're probably about to do the same with honey. Oh, maybe not. Oh, the potions still aren't finished yet. And then just go through all these chests, quick stacking everything in there. There we go. We've still got some seeds to get rid of. There's the nails and the remaining iron bar that we've got. We'll probably put that iron bar in the chest next to the forge. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm still keeping a lot of these seeds. There is an animal that we'll get in the future which will want those seeds. I don't really intend on planting any of them, as we've got plenty of wood nearby. So I don't really need to regrow them. Maybe in the far, far future when we've harvested the majority of this island, maybe then we'll decide to plant some, but I don't think we'll ever get to that stage, if I'm honest with you. Usually when it gets to the point that trees are quite far away from the base and we have to run quite a bit to get to them, I usually just start using portals to go to other islands and taking trees from there instead. Plus you get a lot of wood from trees anyway, so it's not like you need to cut down hundreds of them for what you need. Okay, grab these last bits of fine wood. Also grab these raspberries while we're here. Clear out this last stump. Might be a couple more that we've missed actually. We did cut down a lot of trees when we were using the Elder buff. Yes, Mr. Grayling, hello. Goodbye. I thought we'd planted a whole bunch of trees at the back of our base. Unless we've cut them down, I just can't remember. Our carve is looking very dark there. Damaged, yeah. I thought it was. That's why. Okay, so we're going to push this a little bit away from the coast. Just because, when the tide's going up and down, it's causing the boat to bash into the floor. Repair the cart as well. We've got all that wood. Beautiful. Right, start chucking it in the kiln, because we are definitely going to need it. There we go. Right. So, fine wood. Got plenty. So, first things first, deer hide. We've only got 11 of that. Wow, okay, we're going to need to get some more deer soon. Just going to quickly dump this iron bar, we don't need it. Next is 40 ancient wood. 40, yep, there we go, pop it there, and 40 fine wood, so I'm only going to have 2 left after that. So yeah, we are going to have to get on with planting some birch seeds soon, if we don't have any behind the house. Can't remember if we actually harvested those fine wood trees or not. We might have done. It's probably a few episodes ago, so I probably just got to remember doing it. But anyway, here is our longboat. We're going to place it sideways so it doesn't smash itself on the ground. Oh, we haven't got a workbench near us. I thought these other 2 boats might get in the way. That's how big it is. It's very, very large, so trying to place it in the water can be a bit of a pain. What about over here? Can we got a bit more room here? Turn it this way. Nope, can't get an angle on it. Right, we're probably going to have to move one of these 2. Actually, can we go a bit closer? We plop it in just there. It's going to get damaged when it lands. Actually, no, we can stand on the raft here. There we go, look at that. Now you're thinking with portals. No, we're not. There you go. There's our longboat. There's a few... Those little wooden blocks are seats. You can sit on those. There we go. Little stool. You can also hopefully attach yourself to the mast as well. And here's our inventory. Not as big as our standard inventory, but still very, very large. A lot larger than the carve. And it also has ladders on the either side of the boat for getting on board. So if you ever jump into the water for whatever reason, so let's just say you fought a sea serpent and you want to go pick up the loot from it, you can swim over, pick up the sea serpent bits, and then use the ladders on either side to get back in the boat. It's another quality of life change that I quite like. So obviously with the longboat being so large, especially if you're running low on stamina whilst you're swimming, having to swim all the way around it could be the difference between life or death. So I quite like that there's ladders on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to chuck a second charcoal kiln up. There we go. Just so we can start mass producing this charcoal, because now that we've got the boat, we are going to be going off to get some iron. I'll say some iron, to get a lot of iron. Okay, we'll just fill this one up completely, and then chuck some more in this one. There we go, that's 50 coal. Right, let's get some copper and tin on the go. That's the other reason why we made that. Yeah, why we made that, sorry, while we went off and mined all of that. We need the wood for smelting those as well. Okay, stick some coal in here. I know there's something else that I want bronze for, but I just can't remember off the top of my head what it is. The main thing is obviously the fermenter. I want to get a second fermenter on the go. I just can't remember what the other item is. I know there's something else I wanted it for. Might just be an upgrade. Might be thinking about upgrading a tool or a weapon or something. I can't remember. But it's just strange that I would think about doing that when we're about to gather a whole ton of iron and make all the iron stuff. So yeah, it's a bit confusing, but we'll survive. Okay, so we're going to dump the bronze buckler in the chest because we don't need it now. We've got the banded shield. I'm pretty sure the banded shield is just a straight upgrade. Even though it's a buckler, I still think the banded one is just better. Okay, so we just got the turnip seeds and the carrot seeds. Now we're just going to harvest all the carrots, and then there's some turnips right at the edge to harvest as well. I've been quite slow at getting these turnips going. We really have. I should have expected to be a bit further ahead in terms of the amount that we've got. But we'll get there. It would help if I was a bit more on point in terms of remembering when they've grown and harvesting them as soon as possible, because I'm pretty sure that these have been sat here ready to harvest for a couple of days and we just haven't touched them because we've been prioritising other things. I do that sometimes. Sometimes if I've got enough of all the fruit and veg that I can farm, sorry, just veg, I'll plant a bunch and let them grow, and then I'll just leave them there, because I quite like the way it looks as well, especially if you've got like a plot of land like this that's cultivated, and then you've got a whole bunch of plants that are fully grown. It just looks nice. It's visually a nice thing to have. So sometimes I will just leave that, but I don't usually do that until we've got a decent amount of all the veg, so that we don't have to worry about running out. And obviously, as we progress throughout the game, there are going to be certain food items that will just become useless to us. Not useless, but we just won't really need them because there aren't any recipes that use them or anything like that. It's like, I'm pretty sure after the swamp, turnips become a bit redundant, as I don't think there are any recipes in future that use turnips. I could be wrong about this though. Obviously we haven't been to the Ashlands and I haven't fully experienced the Mistlands either. We're going to do that with this playthrough. So there could be certain recipes that I just haven't seen yet. Although I'm pretty sure I've seen the majority of Mistlands food, and I'm pretty certain there isn't any turnip-based things, but we'll see what happens when we get there. Okay, so let's plant some more of these seeds. Make sure we keep the spacing between them so they don't cancel any growth. But obviously we want to make that space as close to each other as possible so that we've got as many as we can fit, as many as we can in here. Plus I kind of like it being in nice lines, a bit like a farm. Obviously I could never do it as specific and as precise as farmers can, but then again I don't really have a tractor that's automated doing it all for me. Imagine if Valheim got to that stage where you're building tractors. Jesus. There we go. Plant all the seeds. Dump the cultivator back in there. How many do we have? We've got 3. That's not bad. We are going to use those 3 for the upgrade though, so we get the next level of recipes. Okay, so we need 3 turnips, 3 thistles, 5 mushrooms. I think it was 2 carrots and 2 raspberries, I think? Or 2 dandelion? Basically just a herb rack, although I'm not sure why it needs carrots and mushrooms and turnips on a herb rack, but okay. Three dandelion. Yep, perfect. Yeah, spice rack. Okay, so with the spice rack, I'm pretty sure I've explained this already, but I'll go through it again. Spice rack is a pain in the backside, because the spice rack, as you can see, we can't just put it on a wall or on a post like this. It needs space pretty much all around it in order for it to count as an item, as a cooking pot upgrade. So in order to place the spice rack on something, we need to hang it off of something. Obviously, with our roof being so tall, we can't put it on the roof because it's too far away from the cooking station and it doesn't give the upgrade level to it. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to grab some wood and build a wooden beam off the support beam that's right next to the cooking station. There we go, grab some wood. So this wooden beam here, we need to build a little, what are they called? I think it's just a wood beam. Yep. Build one of the 2-meter wood beams and we're going to stick it. No, is that going to be high enough? We're going to have to put it there, but then we should be able to build the herb. There we go. And so you can see there it's not red, it's coloured, so we can actually place it. There we are. Now it looks like it's a little bit too low for me, so I might have to take this down and build it a bit higher. So yeah, we're going to knock this down and build it up. Oh, just took out some of the roof. Whoops, that was a mistake. We'll have to quickly rebuild that. Yeah, we're gonna take the beam down and build it a little bit higher. It's more for a thematic visual thing rather than actually affecting the cooking station, because it was affecting the cooking station where we had it placed. It's just that it's so low to the fire that it looks like every time I walk in the building I'm going to think it should be on fire. Because it's literally right next to that campfire. So if we hold down our left bumper, that will cancel the snapping option so we can build it. There we are, so it doesn't snap to the top or the bottom of that beam. And we should be able to place this... Ah, weird. Oh, it's too far away. Right, okay, so let's take the beam down again and rebuild it a little bit lower. There we are. That should let us build it. Perfect. You can see like the sparkly effect coming from it going to the cooking station, which means it's affected. So that is our cooking station upgraded to level 2. We should get some more recipes from that now. There's the rest of our copper that we smelted. We're going to dump that in the chest next to the forge. Probably going to call the episode soon. Might just put some more copper and tin on first, just so we can sleep through the night and skip it. Yeah, at some point soon we'll have a look at the cooking station and what are the new upgrades, the new recipes are that we've just unlocked with that level 2. I believe the majority of them are going to be the turnip-based ones, but hopefully we should also get the some of the swamp cooking options as well, because there are a couple of swamp ones that we've unlocked, or we should have unlocked, from stuff we've gathered. go, sleep through the night. You dream of a river running uphill with green shoots turning downward into the earth. Opposite land. I'm sure we've made that joke before. Good morrow to thee. Day 53 or 54? Oh, it's raining. 54. Okay, gather that coal, dump it into the cart. There we go, perfect. 107, that's not bad. It's only 53 more ore that we can smelt, but we have just done another 20 copper, so we're going to dump that. Okay, probably going to end the episode very shortly. Not really much else I want to do right now. So yes, it's been a interesting episode today. We've kind of just done a few upgrades for the house. Oh, there's one of the upgrades, or one of the new crafting recipes, the black soup. Sausages, there's the main one. That's using the entrails that we found. Sausages are the main thing I want to make. And we'll crack on with that in our next episode. So thank you everybody for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this one, and I shall catch you in the next episode.